When the lights go down in the city and the moon shines on the bay, the Detroit Lions and GOATQuest are back in town for another fall. Welcome back, my good friend.
Welcome back.
I'm Joe Gough. He is
Tom Beer,
the beer nuts, and we are GOATQuest, about to crack into
Our
a
Diet
new
Coke.
season. Yeah, notice this. We're on the health kick. Diet Coke over the adult beverages this time around. And it looked like Dan Campbell and his new coordinators, his new DC and OC, might have enjoyed a few adult beverages before the game instead of after, because they were drunk with issues on both sides of the ball. All phase debacle yesterday. And I won't call it a debacle from the standpoint of errors. I will call it a debacle from the standpoint of listless effort, beaten in all phases, not enough energy, not enough aggression. What was your take and what you were witnessing?
the same thing. It didn't seem like anything worked. Not that many trick plays like we've had in the past, but just outplayed in the trenches. Offensive and defensive line, we had, 44 yards rushing. We had 0 sacks. There's probably not a team in the NFL we're going to beat if we have 44 yards rushing and 0 sacks. And then we talked about, 14 passes went to the running back, which is what we do. We dink and dunk. I get it.
But we've been able to stretch the field with J-Mo. We've got a new injection at the receiver position, which at the end of the game in cleanup time, Tesla made the big play, the great catch. That was probably the highlight of the game, a one-handed miraculous catch in the end zone that meant nothing to the final score of the game, 27-13 Green Bay. At Lambeau Field, they looked outstanding. Again, outplayed. I'm not taking anything away from Green Bay because they just beat us in every level and every way. But Jared Goff goes 31 of 39 for 225 and a touchdown. He did throw one pick. Not horrible.
But back to the argument.
Pedestrian.
Complementary football.
Yeah.
Right? When your offense is struggling, defense would come through and make an interception or make a pick or a fumble for a touchdown. We had nothing. Nothing.
Sam Laporta, 6 catches for 79 yards. He's the standout. As I mentioned, Tesla got in the game at the end. His only catch was a fantastic acrobatic 13-yard touchdown catch, the only touchdown reception of the game. But to your point, St. Brown and Williams have 8 catches combined, whereas the running backs, Montgomery and Gibbs, had 14 catches. Yeah. So the dink and dunk and the lack of creativity in the offense. Now, I know what you take what the defense gives you, but it definitely looked. If our new offensive coordinator was trying to tell us that he's going to be more conservative than Ben Johnson was, well, he accomplished that.
Yeah, just couldn't get out of our own way. When I watched that game, and it was not complimentary football, and we didn't feed off each other. There was no big sacks. There was no...
Way too comfortable. Love in the pocket was way too comfortable.
Yeah.
And when you couple that with rushing for 44 yards and not being able to impose your will physically from guard to guard, center, guard, we got pummeled.
Well, it looked like we lost a Pro Bowl center and we had a rookie starting. And we're like, I don't care if you played at Georgia or not. NFL is not the same as any college. I don't care about the SEC. It's not the same. It's different.
Isn't offensive line even more different? I mean, the maturity, see guys come in.
The speed. And that's the thing, too, is that, you see guys get drafted all the time, and you think that, boy, how could the Detroit Lions make a mistake? They make mistakes. I'm not saying Rutledge is not going to be a good player. I'm just saying, and here's the biggie, but also the Green Bay Packers had the same thing. They don't hit anymore in preseason. So they don't even play in the preseason games. So this is his first game. I know he played a little bit, but
we look like we were playing preseason football. They look like they were playing.
They were playing the
football.
Real season. Yeah.
That to me was a little bit shocking.
Yeah,
the lack of preparation.
I just felt like they were physically much more physical all the way around than we were. Even running the ball, they're getting 6, 7, 8 yards on a carry. We're getting 2.
We took some undisciplined penalties early in the game.
Yeah.
Extended drives, putting the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field in a revenge game where Dan Campbell has beaten them in every game he's played against them at Lambeau.
Where we've won 3 in a row, yeah.
You had to know that they were going to be loaded for bear.
Yeah, the thing that scares me, though, is offensive line and defensive line is kind of like hand-to-hand combat. It matters the scheme, but not as much as it does for a linebacker or for a DB. If that's what we have to look forward to this year, it's going to be a long year.
Yeah.
You know,
guard, center, guard.
Yeah, guard, center, guard. And you lose Ragnow and Glasgow, I didn't think played that well.
Yeah.
But
Sewell does what Sewell does.
Yeah, Sewell's just good.
Decker was inconsistent, which, I mean, I don't care what anybody says.
He's getting a little old.
He's been inconsistent for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But usually more good than bad. Hopefully that turns around.
Yeah.
I said that Green Bay was going to be loaded for bear. It was a bit of a revenge game. LaFleur was unhappy with the way he was mistreated, even by fans at Ford Field last year, if you remember the little scuffle. There isn't a lot of goodwill between these teams, as there shouldn't be in a division rivalry. But I'll tell you who brought a fantastic effort. Jeff Stone for a little Lions opener party yesterday over in Brighton. My private equity guru, Jeff Stone, had a taco bar. Purveyor of all things taco meat. Well, you know me. If I get into a spread.
And you like tacos.
I get into a spread like that has 6 or 7 dessert options at the end of it.
Did they have Ruffles there?
There were
that you used to eat Ruffles, a whole thing of Ruffles.
I created a taco boat, okay, that
I bet you did.
with all the accoutrements. It's like I think I had couple different styles of liquid cheese. Forget just the regular shredded cheese. I had a couple different liquid cheeses on there, and then the 6 or 7 desserts, which are
always much more healthy. The liquid.
Yeah, of course. You're not even sure what it really is, what the chemical makeup is. But the accent on top of any good taco boat, sprinkle of crushed Doritos.
Oh,
just a dusting. Just a dusting.
The most healthy
of
chip.
Crunched up Doritos. Just a sprinkling.
They only have 75 ingredients in one Dorito.
Yes. So fantastic taco spread. Stone, man, did not have a poor effort. And I contacted Dan Campbell and said, look, it wasn't our fault. We brought the taco boat. We did our part of it. In totality, did one game in this case change your opinion of the NFC North in what you're looking at across the course of a full season?
No.
You knew it was going to be tough.
I think Green Bay is just going to be good all year.
We have a tough schedule. We have as tough as any schedule in the league.
Yeah, I don't know about. Yeah, when I look at it, I mean, you see our away schedule?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, at Baltimore, at Buffalo,
and it's on Monday night every time, and they're all prime time against great opponents. And when you're a very good football team, that's very exciting and good for television. That's to be expected. The NFL is going to put you on stage.
Yeah, I trust in Dan Campbell. I think he'll get it fixed. Whatever the issue is, they're going to outwork people and they'll figure it out. They have every year. So
they didn't outwork Green Bay at all.
No,
they underachieved. That was a little frightening.
Yeah.
It looked like a preseason
Up front scares me, right? When you get 0 sacks and you have 44 yards rushing, it's like, how do I say it? It's hand-to-hand combat. It's not scheme. Scheme matters some.
It's will.
It's will, exactly. And if somebody's just better than you, it's going to be a long season. You're not going to, obviously, at 22, 23 years old, become better overnight. You're just going to get your ass kicked all year.
So we know what Green Bay is.
Yeah.
Rock solid.
Yep.
It's going to take a massive effort to beat them at Ford Field when we get the rematch. We get to see the Chicago Bears, the Minnesota Vikings.
Tonight. Yeah.
And we're recording this on the eve of the first Monday Night Football showdown. Our Ben Johnson, formerly offensive coordinator of your Detroit Lions, will be leading the Bears against J.J. McCarthy, the Michigan National Championship quarterback, starting his first game in the National Football League. Expectations, lay it on me.
I think Chicago will win. I think a rookie quarterback in the NFL, it takes time no matter who you are.
Even with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison.
He's got great receivers.
And
there's
TJ,
no doubt.
Don't you even think about cutting my hair, Hawkinson.
Yeah, I mean, they've got good players, but he's a rookie quarterback. It's just like, everybody said, oh, we lose Ragnow. It's not a big deal. bullshit. Last night showed you what. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, it was.
The center position is.
It's huge, and when he's the best out there, and the way he he slants the line and doesn't make mistakes and dominates players. It's overlooked.
Yeah,
good offensive linemen are overlooked all over the NFL, but they're very important.
So call it NFC North. 4 teams, 1 through 4. Give me the rundown.
God, I mean, you got to go with Green Bay. I think I'm gonna go with Chicago. I know it's not at number 2. I think we're gonna be number 3. We got a tough schedule.
Pretty much puts us out of the playoffs unless it happens exactly like it happened last year, which was the first time it ever happened. 3 teams in one division making the playoffs.
Well, we had 2 teams that were 15-2 last year. So I mean, I don't know.
You're putting us out of the playoffs.
No,
after week 1.
I think we're going to be a wild card.
I'm sticking with the Detroit Lions. I do think it'll get patched up. I think the offensive coordinator will see the error in the lack of creativity and revert back to where we are more comfortable stretching defenses. But I understand trepidation from the fan base after a listless effort. I'm going to go Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago. I am not a Caleb Williams believer. I think that they'll win tonight. I do think you're right. A rookie quarterback on Monday Night Football with the bright lights won't be able to bring it home. But through the course of a whole 17-week season, I think Chicago will fall back down to the bottom, which moves us to the NFC South, the dumpster fire of a conference. Baker Mayfield has kind of asserted himself as the player and team to beat down in Tampa.
Yeah.
Of course, they came in and beat the Lions last year, one of the 2 losses.
Yeah.
Atlanta's been the team that, with Bijan Robinson, has been the team du jour. People think Carolina's going to be better. What do you think?
After yesterday, I really like Atlanta. Something about, I just think that Bijan Robinson, I think their defense is much better. They've got dangerous receivers, and I think their quarterback will get better over time. I like Atlanta.
I'm going to stick with Tampa Bay. Oklahoma, there's going to be a lot of vibe for Oklahoma in the college episode. This, by the way, is the NFL episode, if you haven't caught on to that.
Yeah.
The college episode that we will run next week's release will have a lot to say about Oklahoma after they put the knuckle sandwich down on Michigan. But Baker Mayfield is a Sooner, and I do like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like a very well-coached and disciplined team. They've got a lot of defensive speed. As you saw yesterday, speed kills defensively. We're going to move to the NFC West.
Okay.
A conference owned by the San Francisco 49ers until last season's injury-plagued. Kyle Shanahan trying to put that thing back together. Arizona Cardinals rose up. Seattle with a new staff rose up. Pete Carroll goes out of town. Los Angeles Rams, though, keep on trucking. Who do you like?
It's early. I mean, it's the first game.
That's what predictions are for.
I know what they're for.
All right.
I like the 49ers. I think they've still got a good nucleus. They've got a good defense. They got good linebackers.
It's a nucleus. They get the nutrients.
Yes.
They're going to need
good
nutrients.
players. They're good players.
I think 49ers could lose to every team in that conference.
I think that any team in the NFL can lose to any team.
That's true. That's true. That's a true point.
On any given Sunday.
That's a true point.
I mean, you got to show up and play. All the teams have the same amount of money. So they get to have the same amount of draft picks and the same amount of players. But I guess I know what you're saying.
Here's my bold pick on this conference. I think it is so even. I think Arizona's much better than they have been in the past. I think it is so even in the NFC West that every single one of them will split against each other. I think that is a split across the board. They'll all be 3-3 against each other. And I think the LA Rams are the class of this league. I do think that McVay and Stafford, I think this is Stafford's swan song. And I think he will put together some magic here and get them a division championship. I think they're going to go deep into the playoffs.
I like the Cardinals too. I mean, they played well yesterday. They won. That quarterback is a problem.
Yeah, well, he went to the University of Oklahoma. Kyler Murray did.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray. There's a theme.
Yeah.
There's a theme here. I do like them, but I think the Rams are going to be too much for both of them. That puts us over to the NFC East. our nemeses over there, both the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders, both of them found ways to excel last season. They ended up facing off in the NFC Championship game after Washington upset the Lions at Ford Field. Of course, the Lions had 6 out of their 11 defensive starters out of the game. We won't mention that.
Did you watch the Cowboys game?
I did.
Dude, they're going to be good. I think the Cowboys are going to be good. They dropped 8 passes in the game that were catchable.
CeeDee Lamb dropped 3
or 4
three that were all key moments. Any one of those 3 converted could mean a Dallas
changed the
win.
game. Exactly. And that was at the Eagles.
Yeah.
So they went into and they should have won that game. I mean, they could have won that game.
Dak Prescott looks like the old Dak
He
Prescott.
played good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles, though, finding a way to win that game like they often do, didn't play a great football game and still eked out a victory.
And I saw they lost both their corners, too. I'm pretty sure they lost both their corners, and they were playing, one of them was a rookie. So, it's just like anything. When these teams go to the Super Bowl year after year or get to the NFC or AFC championship, you lose people, and it looks like they lost some people. Well, they didn't look as dominant as they used to, or maybe Dallas just played better.
What did you think of Washington yesterday? Because I didn't think very much of that performance, and then they still won 21-6. The New York Giants and Washington, they were the early game yesterday.
I watched the game. I think that quarterback's a problem again. There's these running quarterbacks are just a problem. They were when we played football too, but even now it's even more important. When everybody's covered and they on 3rd and 10, they get 12 yards, like Jared Gough yesterday. He looked like he was standing in quicksand. To me, he's always looked like that. He's not fast.
In the second half, it got a little rough for him. In the first half, I actually thought he wiggled out of some things that he normally wouldn't wiggle out of. But I agree with you. In the second half, he got a little deer in headlights moments.
And it comes down to 2 or 3 plays a game. And when you've got a very agile quarterback or someone that can run and someone that can navigate through a defensive line, it changes the game. I watched a lot of that New York Giants game with Washington, and the difference was the quarterback, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some runs that were, 3rd and 12. He'd run for 15. I mean, it was just a tough game.
It's a stat that has been, or a nugget of wisdom, I guess, not a stat, that has been bantied about quite a bit. But in this NFC East, no team has repeated. So if you're picking the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East, no team has repeated a conference championship in guess how many years?
Don't know.
21 years.
Was it the Cowboys?
I don't know.
It had to be the Cowboys.
21 years ago was the last time an NFC East team repeated. So I'm going to take the Washington Commanders. I'm not going to break the probability streak just yet.
I'm taking the Cowboys. I liked the way they looked. I liked the way Dak Prescott played, and I think the Cowboys are going to be tough.
We got Cowboys and Commanders, no returning champion Philadelphia Eagles. Do you think that they get in as a wild card team?
Sure. They're going to be a good football team still. They've got a lot of good players on offense. I just think they lost some players on defense that were game changers.
I think the wild card is the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm going to agree with you on that. You've got the Washington Commanders out, if that's the case.
I don't have them out.
Well, they got to win. You either got to win or make a wild card spot.
Yeah, you only get 2.
I'm just trying to be mathematical about our decisions here on wild card teams and predictions, because we're moving to the AFC.
I mean, we only have 16 more games to go.
So we saw last night, in my opinion, the AFC Championship game. At 8:30 last night, the Buffalo Bills played the Baltimore Ravens, and it was an instant classic. This game will go down. You'll watch it a ton. Down 2 scores, 3.5 minutes, half the stadium departed. This game was over. And Josh Allen just said, not quite yet. Had something else to say about that. Of course, Derrick Henry, who had one of his best games in years, fumbled at a key moment. You would have never expected that. And that fumble sparked a Buffalo Bills comeback. But when you look at the difference between what happened in the Buffalo Bills game and the Baltimore Ravens, versus what I saw in the rest of the NFL yesterday. But really, the difference between the AFC and the NFC, nothing resembled what Buffalo and Baltimore did.
Yeah. I mean, even watching the Washington Giants game, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
It was a struggle.
Because nobody's playing starters anymore.
Even the Lions game,
Yeah.
it was a struggle, right? This game, offense just dominated.
Fireworks. And defense flying around.
Yeah.
I mean, people making big plays,
Yeah.
and big moments.
It just felt different.
Prime time Sunday night football.
Actually, the Lions game was pretty boring.
It was.
It was
a
boring.
lot of the games were
A lot
boring.
of the games were boring. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that was a different level of football. So if that's what we have to look forward to in the AFC, because I also felt similarly, I know it was a ridiculous South American game down in Brazil, but I also thought that the Chargers and the Chiefs brought it.
Yeah. Boy, the Chargers are going to be tough.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
That quarterback is
talk
tough.
about
Their
we'll talk about
defense,
Justin
we're
Herbert
gonna-
for sure.
I know. We're going to talk about him in a minute.
I mean, I've been saying this for 2 years now, so I'm not, I love the Baltimore Ravens. I do think that Baltimore and Buffalo are the class. I think the Baltimore Ravens will win that conference. I think the Cincinnati Bengals out of that conference will end up a wild card team. What do you like over there on the AFC
in the
side?
AFC North?
Yeah.
God, you got to like the Bengals too. I mean, the Steelers.
Bengals were not impressive yesterday. Boring, won by a point.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase had 4 catches for nothing.
I mean, you got to like the Ravens. They're going to have a good defense. Again.
Killed my fantasy team.
Yeah. Yeah. And the Browns, they didn't play that. It just had no offense.
Joe Flacco, they got a 42-year-old quarterback. He actually slung it around a little bit, couple picks.
He did. I like the Bengals. If I had to pick someone right now, I'd take the Bengals just because their offensive output.
And in the West, we move over. The class, of course, has been the domination of the Chiefs, 6-7 years now. The Denver Broncos and the Chargers have been rising up the ranks, and we saw the Chargers, at least from a regular season standpoint, dethrone them on opening night in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Yeah. I thought the Chargers looked great. I mean, all the way around from defense to offense to – and Broncos probably have the best defense in the NFL.
And this kind of is Harbaugh's MO, right? Come
Yeah.
in, turn things around, get them back on the good foot, and then the next year is the real arrival year. I see him doing it again. I think Justin Herbert, literally and figuratively, is taking the mantle from Patrick Mahomes this year, not just in one game. I think he's going to do it throughout the season in this division.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the Broncos will be hell to deal with if Bo Nix puts on another performance like he did last year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously those two stand out, the Raiders, the Chiefs. I mean,
Raiders look great.
yeah, the Raiders look great too. I mean, and how do you count out the Chiefs? You can't.
Who on their bingo card had Geno Smith leading the NFL in passing with 336 yards for the Raiders
Nobody.
in Allegiant Stadium?
Nobody. But he's been a good player for 10, 11 years, however long he's been in the NFL.
Lost wages. Looks pretty damn good. Las Vegas Raiders with Crosby, who I really think we should have gone out and mortgaged the farm for to put on the bookends with Aiden Hutchinson. But nonetheless, Raiders look good. Baltimore fought hard, had the game under control. Buffalo found a way to beat them. And then you got the Bengals, the Broncos, the Chargers, the Chiefs. All these teams that we've mentioned, we have not mentioned one of the teams that makes the playoffs just about every time you see him. Mike Tomlin and his Pittsburgh Steelers. What did you think? Now, obviously, this is one of these NFL scheduling coups that they love. Justin Fields leaves the Steelers, goes to the Jets. Rodgers leaves the Jets, goes to the Steelers. So what does the NFL do? Put them against each other in week 1 for a scheduling TV bonanza.
When I watch Rodgers, he just doesn't make the plays he used to make.
Come on, in the second half of that game, he was money.
I know he was money. I'm just saying, he used to be almost flawless when he played for Green Bay. Like he would never make a mistake.
3
almost.
MVPs.
I know. I'm just saying, those days are done. I just don't think that he can carry a team all the way through the season into the playoffs.
I think he had enough magic. I think the Jets played very well, first of all, and he beat a team playing very well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got Metcalf. The Austin kid looked great.
Yeah.
So he's got enough tools around him.
But when you look at like Patrick Mahomes or you look at an elite quarterback, I just think Rodgers is past his prime. That's all. I just don't think he can make those plays that you have to make at the end of the game to win the game. And just look what he did. Look what he did with the Jets the last couple of years. He was horrible. He had to go out and get a receiver. They went and got, what's his name, from Oakland. Not Oakland, but Las Vegas. And it's all fixed now.
Yeah, Devontae Adams.
How'd that work out?
Did not work out.
Didn't work out.
This year, I've heard he's got a new shaman. He's got ayahuasca, MDMA, a little psilocybin mixture that's brand new. He's got Gary Brecka advising him from.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's got he's got a whole new mantra. His chant, his manifestations are at a premium. So yeah, I mean, from a mind, body, spirit standpoint,
manifestations.
I can't even do it with a straight face.
Dude, what?
I effing hate this guy.
Hey, when you get to how old is he?
I
41?
just want him. I want Elon Musk to rent him a spacecraft and fire his ass in proximity to the sun. I want to see him burn up on re-entry and disappear.
I don't care what you put in your body. When you're 41, you're 41. I just don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't care who's advising you and what you're drinking and if you spent time out in the sun and if you stretched this morning. You're 41. You can't run away from your age.
He's not taking his vaccines. Maybe
does not take his vaccines. Right? Yeah,
he's got Robert F. Kennedy anti-vaccine for him, and
he's
clearing a path.
He's pumping,
clearing a path right to the insane asylum with polio. All right,
we're not getting political.
We're of course not. This is sports. This is the one area of
where
life
it doesn't matter,
where you can flip double birds it's whole drama train.
It's called capitalism.
It is, and
that's
it's pure as the driven snow.
It's not pure. It's got flaws. But it's better than everything else going.
There's nothing better. Well, the Super Bowl in football is an iconoclast unto itself. Who ends up there? Because we can't do a football NFL preseason episode without that prediction.
I'm going to say the Bills and the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, week one sentimentality.
Sentimentality? You didn't watch your game?
Oh, they're good. They're really good.
They're really good.
In 1 year with one big free agent signing, I don't think it's enough.
Okay.
I don't think it's enough to get by Detroit next time. I don't think it's enough to get by Philly and Washington.
Okay. Well, who do you like?
I love the Buffalo Bills. That was a great pick.
Yeah. I mean, you have to.
It's going to be Baltimore and them again.
The quarterback that can make plays, doesn't matter. At the end of the game or the end of the half when you've got 30 seconds left. And that's Jared Gough, too. I mean, he's done it in the past.
Yeah.
But last night, there was nothing.
I am going to go with the Detroit Lions.
Oh, God.
The Detroit Lions turn this thing around. They're only going to go 12-5. It's not going to be like last year.
12-5?
But
so they're going to go 12-4.
The gel that is going to come together in the playoffs as they ramp in after a tough regular season, battle-tested, grinding out. They're going to win the division in the last week, and they're going to do just enough in the playoffs.
So they're going to be
Jared Gough bearing the mantle of responsibility and carrying the team on his wide shoulders with that great misspelled but well-pronounced last name. Jared Gough and the Detroit Lions to the Super Bowl. That's the pick. That's the GOATQuest pick.
That's a Joe Gough pick.
Okay, well, you're the other half of GOATQuest.
I'm the other half.
And you picked the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
Which should make everyone sad and rethink their allegiance to you as a former Lion.
It's just common sense. That's all.
Former Lion. What number did you? I before the episode, I was asking
when I was drafted. I was number 98
or 48. When they build your bust,
no, I had
outside of Fort.
There's no bust. I'll give you a bust
in the Porta-John outside Ford Field, where they build your bust.
It'll be on the bottom of the Porta-John.
Inside the urinal cake, where they build your bust. Is it going to be wearing number 98 or number 48?
and I was 51.
You can't go into the hall without picking a number.
There's no hall.
The
for
last
me.
man.
There's no hall for me.
The
only
last
hall that
man
I'm
to
getting
wear the Honolulu blue and play both ways, start both ways in a career is sitting across from you.
I don't think that's
and
right.
your
I don't
urinal
think
cake
that-
Hall of Fame bust is going to wear what number?
51.
51. He comes out with a third number.
The third number. Just to fuck it all up. I
The
know.
third number that he wore in his career.
No, so
Didn't
not-
you sell your number to somebody who came in?
Well, there's nothing. Just so you were clear, you can't order a beer jersey. It's illegal.
Really?
Oh, yeah. In the NFL, can't order a vodka jersey. You can't have a Detroit Lions with vodka on it or beer.
Really?
My kids have tried it.
They won't
They
let
will
you
not,
order.
They will not let you order
So
one.
you have to hand sew it. God damn it. Well, you just gave me a challenge. All right. You think I'm not going to learn? I'll learn to sew
I can,
to make
I
sure
can
that there's a
glue-
beer jersey.
I can glue it. I just can't sew it.
Shitting me. All right, so we got Super Bowl. Green Bay and Detroit are the two picks from the NFC. We both like the Bills from the AFC. Best player, who wins the MVP? And this should be somebody who is going to be in the GOAT conversation because we got enough of them that are going to be in the GOAT conversation. MVP.
It's awfully early, and I know
Wait a
that's
second.
why we're here. I know. Don't wait a second. I'd say Joe Burrow has got a chance.
Joe Burrow.
Just because he's got such good receivers and and he's never going to get pulled.
Quarterback position is the most important position in football.
Yeah.
I like Joe Burrow. I got him number 3. I like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I think we saw the two best players on stage on opening night last night. I do think Josh Allen is your MVP. I think Justin Herbert is going to make a run for it.
Jaden Daniel. I mean, it's got to be a quarterback,
Daniel's
right?
very good.
I mean,
Patrick Mahomes hasn't lost very much.
When is the last time I know, and I'm asking. When's the last time that somebody other than a quarterback won MVP of the NFL? Had to be a running back, but I can't think who it had to be a running back.
Derrick Henry?
Maybe 8 years ago, probably, or
In
something.
in his 2,000-yard rushing season?
Yeah, I can't think of one, but it's not often. It's normally a quarterback. So,
Well, we'll have to pull that up. We'll get the researchers out on that.
yeah.
I'm going to say game changers. The only thing that rivals a quarterback is the guy who influences the quarterback most often. For me, that's TJ Watt. I know some people say Myles Garrett, but TJ Watt to me is Defensive Player of the Year. Michael Parsons, definitely an impact player. The Bosa brothers. How about Ed Oliver last night for the Bills at the defensive tackle
He's
spot?
a problem.
He's a major problem for offenses. Receivers, you got Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Who are your running backs that you love? Because it's not a prized position anymore. They play 2 or 3 years.
I know. I love our running backs. I love Gibbs. I love Montgomery. Last night, Josh for Green Bay,
Jacobs
was great. Yeah, those are my top ones.
Henry was having one of the greatest games of
he
his
had a
career.
great game. Do I think there's a better running back in the NFL than Jamar Gibbs? No.
Not better,
No.
but Saquon Barkley certainly has produced more.
Yes, he's had a longer career and he's put together a little different, but for speed and stamina.
Did you see Derrick Henry doing the hill sprints?
I know he's huge.
Did you see him doing
Did
the
you
hill
see how
sprints?
big he is?
Dragging
Can you imagine seeing
dragging
that running at
iron
you? I
and
know.
doing lateral cuts during the hill sprint?
And he eats one meal a day at 5 o'clock. Do you know that? That's it.
He is just one human muscle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to go Josh Allen there. I do think that Justin Herbert, though, is the heir apparent, and he's going to thrive now that he's got Keenan Allen back, McConkey.
And his defense played well, too. They were good. They played well the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong team there. I like what Harbaugh's doing. I don't like what the Detroit Lions are doing. So that is our NFL composite. Any final statements you want to make about what you saw in week 1, what's happening in the preseason of the NFL, and do you think that you're seeing some of the hangover of nobody taking preseason reps anymore in real football games?
Yes and no. But it's because it's the same for every team. Green Bay didn't play their starters all preseason. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you could say, and I hate this when people say that, but, they always say, the coach didn't have the team ready to play. Bullshit. I mean, they're making a couple $1,000,000. They got all kinds of incentives to play, right? The eye in the sky doesn't lie. There's not a play that they're out there that they're not thinking that another team is watching them. So I think they got all the motivation they need. I just think that they were better than us, period.
That is the right way to end it. They were better than us, period.
Yeah.
You know who was prepared for the opener?
Who?
Tom Beer and Joe Gough. The GOATQUEST opener
Wow.
is behind us.
Self-proclaimed.
We do it right.
We do it right.
We do it right.
Every time.
We didn't let Dan Campbell down.
No.
I don't know. The offensive line may have let him down.
Yeah.
Joe Gough and Tom Beer did not let him down.
No, not yet.
Not this city.
It's coming.
Not GOATQuest. So get out there, follow us on socials. We're going to come back at you with the next episode on college football. We're going to give you a preview of everything that's happening with NIL and the portal and many other varieties of horse shit will be thrown around indiscriminately. But we want to see you back here. And all I can say is that GOATQuest is back for 2025. I feel good about it. See you.